Hi, coming to you for a new vlog from the couch. Um, God, this is a weird thing to talk about, but I feel like it shouldn't be, and I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit, I guess. Um, there is sometimes for me, it's like it's almost like seasonal affective disorder, where we have a big event like Black Friday, and I put a lot of emotional thought and effort and energy into it, and I want it to go well, and then it does go well, and that's great, and I'm so excited. But then it's done, and it's like an emotional crash. It's like the come down off a sugar high or something. And it doesn't happen with every collection or every event, but I've noticed it does sometimes. Mostly the big ones. Like post Black Friday, post, like a big event where I'm so drained. And so I've just been lying here on the couch today, just feeling kind of down. Not that I have to earn not feeling well or anything, but it also feels kind of silly, like things went really well. I have no reason to feel down. But I think it's just like the emotional whiplash of getting everything finished and not having to worry about it anymore. And normally, I think maybe I don't honor where I'm at in a way, where I just kind of push through it and don't really deal with it, and that's not healthy. So these last couple days, I've just been just sort of trying to work through it in a healthier way, taking a break from a lot of the heavy stuff that I normally do, a lot of the admin stuff with the business. Just trying to let my emotions even back out in a healthier way, get stuff done around the house and things like that. So I haven't really vlogged the last couple days. I've done a couple of little short mini vlogs. I'm calling it our Vlogmas over on the main channel, where I'm just doing about 1 minute long reels that take me maybe 15 minutes to edit max so that I can get them out same day. And that's fun. I enjoy that. I think I've really been liking that so far, but maybe that's something I'll try to do more over here once December's over. But yeah, sometimes this is the downside, I suppose, the less glamorous, the less fun side of being a small business owner is sometimes you just are a lie on the couch and rot kind of day. Uh, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever really seen anybody talk about it, and I wanted to talk about it. I'm sure other people have. Maybe it's just not something I've come across. But just, yeah. Just a thing, I guess. But I did take a walk this morning, and I also got some work done on the garden area. So uh, I'll include a clip here from yesterday when I got started on it, and then after that, I'll show you where things are looking today. Because I need to get up off the couch. I've been lying here for like an hour, just watching reels on my phone and chatting with my friends, which that's good. I mean, I don't want to just sit there and watch reels all day, but communicating with my friends and letting them know where I'm at and talking about it has been really helpful. So I just wanted to do that here too. So let's go look at the garden. And then I need to get up and make some lunch. I need to eat some food. So yeah. So I'm outside doing a little bit of work in the garden. It's winter, so there's nothing growing at the moment, at least nothing that I planted. So I just wanted to show you where things are looking before I cover them up. We have a whole bunch of mushrooms growing in the big bed. A lot of them. So I think that definitely means that our soil is happy. I tried to look them up. I don't think they're edible. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I think they're mostly at the end of their life cycle now. or at least getting pretty close to it. I'll try to include some pictures of when they were a little bit fresher here, because I was taking pictures and sending them to my friends. So those are going to be on screen now. Make sure you put those in, Editing Raven. But for now, I'm just trying to sweep up a bunch of the leaves that are out here on the patio, and I think I'm just going to start piling them into the big grow bed, the big bed, so that they can become compost for next year. My compost bin is looking a little full, and it had a big spider in it already, so I'll keep some of it in there. But I think I'm just going to put a lot of it in here and just sort of till it over time, over the winter. And this is my grow tower, or green stalk tower. Some stuff is still growing, like that's the oregano. And we did, I think, have some sage growing at one point, but it's not there anymore now. Oh no, it was basil. The tiniest little bit of basil still growing. But everything else I put in there didn't grow, which is great. Love that. But we'll start again next season. All right, that's a little bit better. Not like the greatest ever, but it's a start. And I put most of the leaves and stuff in here in the big bed. I also had about 1/4 of a bag of compost, about half a bag of garden soil, and I didn't want to leave those just open all winter, so I went ahead and just put them on top of the leaves so we can encourage some excellent composting, so that by the time we can start planting again in probably, I don't know, March, we'll have some really good soil going here. That's the hope anyway. We'll see what happens. I'm a little disappointed with how the garden went this last summer. That's why I didn't show it much, because there wasn't much going on. Like, everything died. One does one's best, but, you know, sometimes it's not great. Like, here is the strawberries. Most of them died, and the tomatoes grew pretty tall, but they're not looking so hot for the winter, so I need to figure out how best to winter these, given that I can't bring them inside. So here's how it's looking today. I got a lot of the leaves swept up, and I got the extra dirt. Ooh, boy, it's bright out here. There we go. I got the extra dirt that was over here put in and spread out and sprayed some water on it. And there's my green stalk. Got my tomatoes over here. And I moved over some more of the planters over here. That's my compost bin, and I put the barbecue over here. So this area is still ugh, but you know, progress. Mostly I'm really excited about getting this prepared for next season. I'm really looking forward to trying to make this work a lot better, because it feels like it was not the most amazing success last year, or this year, rather, this last season. And I want to do better this coming year. And the little mushrooms made me feel like, okay, well, my soil is good. I just need to rethink my strategy here. So that's where the garden's at, and I think I'm going to make some lunch and then maybe try and get some restocks done. I ordered some thank you cards. I ordered some soap paper for a project I'm working on, some containers for that, some more containers for sugar scrubs, because we're already getting a little low on the sugar scrubs, and some more labels for product packaging. And I don't know where I put it, but I made a list of things that need to be restocked, and I need to make some other stuff I gotta do today. I need to email a gift shop in Sacramento that I might try and get our products listed at. Hi, why are we so dark? What is happening? Slightly better. Okay. But I really need to eat. I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten since like 7 this morning. It's already 11:30, so I need to eat some food. If you haven't eaten some food, this is a reminder that you need to eat. Feed yourself, fuel your body, and I'm going to do the same. All right, so this is what I'm having for lunch. Trying to get you a better angle here. There we go. So this is what I'm having for lunch. I've been using a method that my dietitian recommended for plating my food, where about half the plate is fruits and vegetables. So we've got broccoli, and we've got apples and a little bit of cranberries. And then about a quarter of the plate is proteins. We got chicken in the bottom right corner there. And then another quarter of the plate is carbs, preferably whole grains. In this case, I went ahead and used a starchy vegetable, which is sweet potatoes. And then I've got a little bit of honey Dijon dressing on top. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this all up. It looks weird when it's all mixed up, but that's trash bowls for you. I live and die by the bowl. That's like my favorite form of eating food. But this has really been helping me in terms of trying to better balance my diet. So I'm getting some more household stuff done because I really need to make some soap and I don't want to right now. You know how it is. So this is your reminder to A, check the filter in your HVAC system if you have one, and B, I don't know why I'm saying A and B and giving you 1 and 2, but you know what I mean. Clean out the filter in your dishwasher. I already pulled out and cleaned these 2 parts of the dishwasher, and I did not want to film it because they were really gross and it's embarrassing. Oh God, we gotta clean that too. That's better. When I tell you that a shop vac is one of the greatest business and household purchases you can make, I'm not playing around. It is so useful. Huh, that was so gross. But I've got it cleaned up. Thank God for shop vacs. Yeah, shop vacs and contractors' trash bags. Amazing. Every household needs ones, especially if you have kids. Oh, okay. I can't believe this is what I'm doing to avoid doing the things I need to do. Hey. All right, it is later in the evening and we have some plans for what we're getting done tonight. First off, I have an order to package. It's only got 3 soaps in it, so I've already got them pulled off the shelf and I just need to get it all packaged up. But related to that, I have a whole new stack of thank you cards that I need to put the little scratch off sticker on all of these for the coupon codes and then get them organized. I need one of these to go in that order. So I'm going to do that first. And then I have a, oh Lord, it's like 3-hour long craft market at the Sacramento LGBT Community Center tomorrow. We're either going to have a 6-foot long table or a half of a 6-foot long table. So I don't know how much to bring. I'm going to bring probably a little bit of everything. So I've got a selection, and I always have an option on the Shopify POS system. God, I hate saying it's a piece of shit. Point of sale POS system that I can ship things. So if there's anything that anybody wants while I'm there that I don't have with me, I can ship it to them. And I'll probably just offer free shipping because it's largely going to be local folks. So why not? Which, thinking of that, I might want to make a quick little sign for like offering that, you know? Like if we don't have what you want, let me know. Or I'll just tell people. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to do this first. And probably before I do this, actually, I'm going to do this second. I need to send an email to a local gift shop. I meant to do that yesterday and I forgot because I am the way I am. But email, thank you cards, pack order, and then we're going to pick out some soaps to take with me tomorrow. I'm just going to go by myself because if we have a half table, there's really no sense in having both of us. Plus the event's only from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So like, why have both of us? I don't know. Let's go get some stuff done first, and then we can start worrying about the details of that. So yes. Email, thank you cards, pack order, grab soaps. Cool. Let's go. I forgot my tea. Now we're going to go do things. All right. Email sent, order packed. All the thank you cards now have their scratch off sticker on there. There it is. So they get printed without this, and I just manually add this myself. So all of these are done. There's like 150 plus. That should last us for a while. So now it's time to pick out what soaps I'm going to be taking with me to the holiday makers market tomorrow. Uh, I also have to be careful I don't take too much because I don't know what size table we're going to have. And I don't know how many people are even going to be there, so I don't know. Let's see what we're picking. All right, so obviously we got to bring all together now. I only have 3 of them left, though, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all, but we'll bring what we have, I suppose. Flip that one around. I think we've got to bring some Big Buy Energy, Pandemonium, a big stack of Pride. Ah! Wrapped everything. Rather eat cake. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me and you, Holland. Okay. I don't know if I should bring the Dorothy collection. Alright, so that's Lions, Tigers, and Bears, Lollipop Guild, Place Like Home. Hi, buddy. What's up? Robux. If you do me 2 things. Do me 2 chores. Okay? Put the dishes away. Bring your laundry nuts. Does that work for you? Over to Rainbow, Poppy Fields, Ruby Slippers. Bring Yellow Brick Road. Obviously, we got to bring a bunch of Chroma lineup stuff. So, Big Bang, Big Bad Wood, Coffee Drip, Lavender Fields, Like My Soul, Palette Cleanser, and Soft Boy. Maybe the last of the holiday stuff. Cup of Cocoa, Peppermint Bark. We'll bring some Solstice. Probably Chalky Chips, Shorty, and Unicorn Princess. Now, whether or not I should bring whip soaps, sugar scrubs, I don't know. Stickers? I don't know. Okay, we'll bring some sticker books. How about let's bring 4. Everybody always likes Mothman, so we'll bring some of those. Let's bring Stardew Valley stickers. Pet Mothman. I feel like probably Soapy Buddy, right? Probably. Why do we have so many stickers? Alright, that's probably enough. Good morning. It is about just shy of 9 o'clock, and I have arrived at the Sacramento LGBT Center for the Holiday Makers Market. It's already looking like there's a lot of people here. I think there's a separate event going on outside. I'm suddenly questioning the number of soaps that I brought with me. Ooh, I think I'm going to have to make sure that I offer free shipping for people. And an order just came through, an online order, so I'm going to need to pull some of the soaps that I brought with me out of that for that online order. So, whew, okay. I was smart, and I have the parking app for Sacramento. I've had it for years, for every time we come down here and do an event. And I looked up a parking spot that was close to the center, and I reserved it before I left the house. So I got here, and there's this one spot, and it's mine. It's mine. Thank God. Because there's a lot of people here already, and apparently most of the rest of these parking spots, people are charging quite a bit of money for, so yoink, mine. So I need to go ahead and unload the car into my little wagon and go over there. Technically, setup doesn't start until 9, so I've got a few minutes where I'm just going to chill, so. Cool. Gotta love pre-event nerves. Remaining too tall for these tripods. There, if I kind of go like that. Okay, that'll do. All right, so just to kind of catch up how things went at the event over at the Sacramento LGBT Community Center, it was really, really good, especially for such a short event. It was only 3 hours from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We had a total of $252 in sales. There was no booth fee because we're a sponsor of the community center, so it was free. That was great. And the only thing I had to pay was about $10 for parking. I'm having to like squat too tall. So very little expense on our part. Poor kiddo. Very little time too, which was nice. It was kind of ideal time for me to be driving in and out of Sacramento, so it was great. I managed to get a parking spot directly on the back side of the building. It was like the only one there. I had it reserved before I even left the house. Highly recommend if you have an option when you go to events to have your parking reserved in advance, do it. Very useful. Top seller was the Mothman acrylic charm. He always does well in person. Hi, my love.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? What are you hungry for? Pipe noodles? Okay, can you let me finish and then I will make you some pipe noodles? What are you doing? Are you cutting? Hold on. Can I help you? As long as you're happy.
Okay, camera.
You're funny. So yeah, and then the next bestseller I think was the reusable sticker books. It was a tie between the Mothman one and the Soapy Buddy one, which I was shocked. Honestly, those never sell particularly well, but hey, they're great gifts for the holidays, so I guess I sold that well. Cool. And then the third was Solstice, and then it was just kind of a mishmash of everything else past there. Overall, really, really pleased. Like $252 in 3 hours for us is really great. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some quick clips to kind of catch us up. There was some footage I took on either Saturday or Sunday, so that you've got that. Well, in a very not fun turn of events, Allie has both strep and RSV. She's going to be contagious for another 48 hours with the strep. She's on some antibiotics. And RSV, we just have to let it run its course. And guess who has spent the most time with her? It's me. So if anybody gets sick next, I'm probably the most likely. I'm desperately trying not to be sick, though. I'm so tired, though. It was a really long night last night. Really, really long. A lot of kiddo throwing up and coughing and really, really bad fever. So it's like 9:30 and I'm already really tired. Hopefully tomorrow is manageable. Fingers crossed. I think I'm gonna try and get some sleep. A good night. Welcome back. It is now Monday, and I spent a good chunk of last night with my poor little kiddo. She's over on the couch. She's really sick. She got a crazy high fever and was throwing up and just not having a good time, poor thing. The fever was bad enough. We were worried briefly that we were going to have to take her to the hospital. Her forehead temperature was like 104. Her oral temperature ended up being 102.8. And I had to set a limit for myself that like, okay, if I can't get her temp down, then I need to take her to the hospital. But luckily we got her temp down, and we have been able to have her keep some water down, a little bit of food. But it was a long night, especially for her, poor thing. She is exhausted. So we're going to get her a school note tonight so that she can just stay home and rest, because she definitely needs it. I'm making some bread at the moment and trying to decide what I need to work on from my list. So I have made myself a list of things that I need to take care of. I have a lot of restocks to do after the holidays. So there are a few that are purchases, like I need to buy some soap decks. And then there's a lot that are things I need to make. Biggest thing right now is, this is me not in Kansas and all together now. Those are all really, really low, like almost out. And I would like to have some more Forbidden Frosting minis for the deluxe starter pack. So I'm trying to decide, what do I want to do first? Because the minis should be pretty quick. Then I also probably need to make some more Forbidden Frosting base too, but I don't know how much of the materials we have on hand. I don't know. So I think for now I'm going to finish working on my bread. I need to check on that in a second here. And try and get some more stuff done, maybe some chores around the house. I know a lot of the videos lately have not been a lot of production or like really filmable stuff. It's mostly been me talking at the camera because that's been a lot of it. It's just stuff that doesn't film well. So if I get to any kind of tasks that film well, I'll go ahead and do that. Cool. Now that we've gone over how the event went, this is what I'm up to today. So that is 6 meal prepped salads, 6 meal prepped breakfast sandwiches. I have tonight's dinner already in the slow cooker, and that's a stew. I'm going to be adding some peas later on. I have a French bread dough rising currently. And I had some leftover mushrooms for the stew, so I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate those, and then I'm going to turn them into mushroom powder. Hey, all right, so here's the plan for today because I am battling executive dysfunction and decision paralysis today, so I just need to dive into some tasks or I'm not going to get anything done, and I'm absolutely terrified that I'm gonna get sick because now that my daughter has both RSV and strep, I'm just on the watch for everyone else because those are both really contagious. So I need to accomplish as much as I can while I still can. So here's the plan for today. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and make a list. Check. We're gonna do the dishes. Check. We're going to go ahead and clean off and sanitize the table. And then we're going to master batch some lye because I'm a little low and I would like to make sure with all of the restocks I need to do, I have enough lye to go ahead and get all of that done. So that's really important. And then we're going to go ahead and check the oil levels for the base oils like the olive oil and the rice bran and the coconut oil and see if I have enough to do a master batch. And if I do, we're going to go ahead and get that done. If I don't, I think we might have to put that off until tomorrow so that I have time to go to Restaurant Depot and get some more oils. We're going to check our levels of ingredients for making a master batch of whipped soap base. And we're also going to design soaps for the January collection and order fragrances. Technically, my calendar due date for ordering fragrances was actually this last Sunday, but with all of the illness and everything going on, I missed that. I did not get a chance to design any soaps this weekend with the event I was at, so I'm behind. I really need to catch up. I want to have that done by tomorrow. So I think that is an adequate amount of things to tackle today. I don't want to give myself too much and burn myself out as I am apt to do. If I can get all of these done, we'll see what time it is and how we're doing, and we'll adjust from there. Cool. Let's go. And now we let it dry. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the lye batching. I had enough left over in these 2 containers to pour off about 3 single loaves worth of lye already. So that's a good start going into this. You know who I am like endlessly impressed by? Jerica Zimmerman. Man, she puts out a new vlog video like every week and she does so much in it. I could never. At least right now, I couldn't. You know, we just don't have... Maybe she does a lot more orders than we do. I imagine she does. But man, she just... Good content, right? I'm still trying to catch up on her vlogs, and I might listen to some of that later while I'm working here, but God, I watch her content and I'm just like, wow, these are well shot, well edited. It is inspiring. I try not to sit there and compare myself to other business owners because she's in a totally different situation than I am. You know, she makes soap full time. She doesn't have kids. It's obviously a different, you know, socioeconomic level as well, but it's inspiring. I like to look at other business owners and see what they're doing, what efficiencies they're doing, and try to learn. I try really hard not to make it a comparison or like a competition. It's not like that. It to me is a learning opportunity, and I do enjoy watching her content to learn how she does her business. But that is it on the water. Time to add the lye. Gotta get you a better shot here. Trying to also like read the scale at the same time. Oop. It's not really a better shot, is it? Let's go a little higher. There we go. There we go. I do have my PPE on, don't worry. I don't know how well you can see here, but it does steam up quite a bit because it's very, very hot. Okay. All right, so that's the lye in an ice water bath, and we'll let that set for probably about an hour or so until it's completely cooled down. Whew. All right, next we got to see if we have enough of all of these to make a master batch of oils. Okay, I'm going to be honest, I don't think we have enough coconut oil. We're going to try. I think we have enough of probably everything else, but I don't think we have enough coconut oil. All right, well, we're going to do what we can. I definitely don't have any rice bran oil, so I'm going to have to go to Restaurant Depot for that. I should have enough olive oil. I definitely have enough almond oil and castor oil. Questionable on coconut oil. We're going to do as much as we can, so at least that part's done, and I can do more at a later date. So let's go. I don't know if any of this is interesting to any of you. I'm never sure what people want to see, honestly. That's why our vlogs tend to be this big mishmash, because I don't know. I don't know what y'all want. Anything, I guess? You'll take what you can get, you bunch of sluts. First things first. Let's get the big one out of the way. Let's do castor oil. Oh, geez. Chill, Raven. I've talked about this before, but one of the reasons I really like doing big master batches is time saving. Like, what I'm measuring out right now is enough to do about 10 batches, so 10 single loaves of soap. And it takes about the same amount of time that it would take me to measure out enough oils for one single batch. So it is a huge time saver. And I find more than anything in running a business, watching how you spend your time is so important. And I swear, if I were to start a side business doing anything, what I would probably do is start a business where you can order batches of your oil mixture in 5-gallon buckets, already mixed up and ready to go for you. I would think that would be a very expensive business venture, though, because you'd have to have so much oil on hand at any given time to be able to make the blends. But I think there's something there in that. Okay. Part 1 of 3. I need to go warm up this coconut oil. I need to have at least 180 ounces, and I can guarantee I don't have that much. And in that brief amount of time between when I put this in here and now, all of the ice is already melted. So this is cool at best. Not cold, but whew, that's how hot these things get. So we're gonna let those keep setting. Coconut oil. So I've got 125 ounces in here. In it goes. Palm oil. And I actually found my container of rice bran oil. So we can put that in here. I thought I had more. I was correct. Alright. Well, that means we're doing better off on this than I thought, which is great. That means the only thing we're missing is about 55 ounces of coconut oil. Sweet. All right, let's get some final bit of master batching done so I can take a lunch break. We're going to go ahead and make the forbidden frosting or our whipped soap base. I've got my SCI, stearic acid, betaine, vegetable glycerin. I don't have any water yet, though. I need distilled water, but I'm going to at least measure out all the dry ingredients so that way I'm ready to go here. And especially have my mask on because SCI is messy. See all that? Hopefully you can. That's airborne. You do not want to breathe that. All right, let's get some more stuff in here so that can chill out. Stearic acid, betaine, 1.61 ounces. And vegetable glycerin. And we're going to put the lid on. There we go. Okay, so now all I have left is to go get about 55 ounces of coconut oil and at least 51.61 ounces of distilled water. So I'll probably get a couple of those. So we're actually doing really good. That's awesome. Okay, so that's really great actually, because that means I don't have to drive all the way out to Restaurant Depot, which is pretty far away. I can just go pick that up at the local grocery store. Awesome. That is a huge time saver. Thank goodness for past me being on top of it. And I think we have enough of the rice bran and the olive oil to make it through another master batch. Normally I do them 2 at a time. I only did 1 right now because I have just enough left in the main master batch bucket that I don't have the space to put another whole master batch in there. But that's pretty good. I'm going to take a lunch break, eat some food, and then I will run down to the store and go get the distilled water and the coconut oil. All right, went out and got some more water, distilled water, and coconut oil. Boy, this is gonna make a big old batch. So I need to leave to go pick up my son from school in about 15 minutes. So I'm not gonna start heating this up yet, but when I come back, I'll go ahead and get this on some heat. So we're back, and we've got this on the heat. So this usually takes bare minimum 30 minutes to cook down, but sometimes it's a little longer than that, so I'll check back in as we go.